Today is special. So this was the last thing that we saw yesterday before heading out, right? The art by Nomura himself, the anniversary art that he put out, which is gorgeous, by the way. Oh wait, this is not the official one. All right, this is the one that we saw yesterday. Jesus Christ, very nice art. Got all the characters in there, and conspicuously we have these little squares, right? These little panels. Here, Sora holding up a 1. Here, holding up a 2. Here, he's holding up a 3. And here, another panel, but curiously enough, it is hidden. So, the only logical explanation was that it's 4, right? It's going to be another game. It seems that has just happened. We have received a trailer for Kingdom Hearts 4, and apparently another game from what I just saw scrolling through here. So it's I think the video is like 8 minutes or something like that. So I guess there's gonna be like a good amount of information to break down there. So man, without further ado, let's jump into it. I'm excited. I'm so excited. Oh man, I'm so excited. All right, let's go. Ooh, okay. This is gonna be good. This is it, isn't it? Wow, that looks great. There he is. So this is IRL Sora, basically. Oh. She's the one on the art that I didn't recognize. Quadratum. Afterworld. What the hell? Oh, sorry. Wow, okay. Basically, Kingdom Hearts will never be the same. Yeah, this is pretty much it. Kingdom Hearts IRL. Kingdom Hearts 4. Oh? Donald? What are they looking for? Wait, what? Who is that? Who is that? A blue flame? I have no idea. Who could that possibly be? I mean, the first thing that comes to mind is Hades, but why would they be looking for Hades? Huh. Okay. That's it. You know what? I kind of want to see it again. Hold up. Let's play through it without sound this time. Here's the thing. I didn't I haven't played the DLC for Kingdom Hearts 3 yet. And the DLC is pretty much like the true ending, right? For Kingdom Hearts 3 as far as like it leading into whatever this is, right? Kingdom Hearts 4. From my understanding, from what I know, I'm not 100% sure, but from what I know, Sora is like put into the world of Virum Rex. I'm pretty sure that's what this is. And the idea is like it's a like modern day world, you know, similar to like IRL. And apparently this is where Sora ends up, I'm guessing, after the ending of Kingdom Hearts 3, where he kind of like sacrifices himself. So yeah, this is where he ends up. So I think this pretty much, I want to say that this confirms that there's not going to be like any like traveling between different like Disney worlds. Maybe not though. Maybe this is just like kind of like the hub where it all starts, right? Kind of like a Traverse Town or Twilight Town, right, at the start of the other games, and then you go and visit other worlds. But something tells me that's not going to be the case this time. Something tells me that, yeah, it feels like Sora's stuck here. And yeah, the whole story, or maybe not the whole, but the majority, right, of the story with the game is going to be surrounded in this area, in this world. Yeah. Interesting. It's different, right? I mean, at this point forward, it's basically something that had to be done, right? As far as like the longevity of the series, I want to think that, you know, partly the reason that Kingdom Hearts 3 took so long to come out was the fact that was the Disney stuff. I think the Disney stuff is the stuff that like holds back Kingdom Hearts, right? As far as it being able to come out in like a timely fashion. So it only makes sense that Kingdom Hearts would eventually, you know, separate itself from that. It already separated itself from the Final Fantasy stuff, which was there, you know, at this very start, and we start to see less and less of it as the games have gone out. And now the same thing is being applied to Disney, right? So now Kingdom Hearts will have its own unique identity, right? Separate from Disney stuff, separate from the Final Fantasy stuff. I think it'll still have like little residues, little remnants of those, you know, of those properties, of those franchises. But I think this is going to be the first game where Kingdom Hearts will finally just separate itself and be its own thing, and finally start to like get its own identification as like Kingdom Hearts. This is what Kingdom Hearts will be from here on out, right? With this game and any future iterations that may or may not come. So that being said, it's a little disappointing, right? I mean, you can't go around it because, I mean, granted, at this point, you think about like what is Kingdom Hearts? Like, what is Kingdom Hearts' identity, right? You say Kingdom Hearts, and what's the first thing that pops into people's heads? I think, you know, for the people who actually follow the games and are fans of the games, I think it'll be easy for them to say that it's the characters at this point. You know, it's Sora, Riku, Kairi, Axel, Roxas, Shion, Ventus Aqua, Terra, you know, the original characters that have emerged from it. That's pretty much, you know, with all the previous games that have released, they kind of worked towards that, right? Building their story, building their impact, and making them the focus of Kingdom Hearts. But I think it's safe to say, I don't think it's too far-fetched, that for the casual person who, you know, who doesn't like, who's not all, you know, completely versed in Kingdom Hearts lore and everything that's happened, Kingdom Hearts is ubiquitous with Disney, right? That is Kingdom Hearts. That is the appeal of Kingdom Hearts, right? Traveling to the different Disney worlds, interacting with the different Disney characters. So if, you know, to have that not be the case anymore, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how it's received in the general public, right? I think fans will still, I mean fans are, you know, fans are fans. They're always going to be there. You know, I'm sure they'll eat this up as long as the game plays well and feels good. You know, I don't think there'll be any issues there in that regard. But having less of an impact of an influence from the Disney side, it'll be interesting to see how that has an effect on the more, you know, average video gamer. It could be a good thing. I mean, you could look at it from both ways, right? I'm sure some people have never been interested in Kingdom Hearts because of the Disney stuff, right? Because they maybe perhaps consider it too childish, right? So this could be something to kind of draw those people in, right? You know, no longer, you know, since it's no longer as heavily Disney influenced, maybe that'll be something that'll spark the interest of those types of people. Yeah, but on the flip side, you know, people who may have looked at Kingdom Hearts and thought, oh, that's like the Disney game, right? That's like the kid friendly, like I can play that with my kid or something like that. And then they see that's no longer really the case. Maybe that'll be something that turns them off, right? Maybe now seeing that it's not so much Kingdom Hearts with Disney, but more leaning towards kind of just you know, just another JRPG, right? Just something, you know, like Final Fantasy or a Tales game or something like that, right? Just another JRPG in general. You know, maybe that's something that's going to turn those people off. So, yeah, it's interesting. It's a risk. I think it was necessary regardless. I mean, they wanted to keep Kingdom Hearts going for the long haul. It needed to happen. It needed to be done. And granted, I don't think the Disney stuff will be completely removed, right? I think there will definitely still be elements here and there. But yeah, it's something that had to be done, and now we'll have to wait and see how the results pan out, right? It'll be interesting. Yeah, I'm happy that at least like Donald and Goofy were still shown in there, right? So presumably they're going to have some part to play. It'll be interesting. I don't know. Who knows? Only Nomura knows, right? Only the people behind this game, the ones making it, truly know. But it'll be interesting to see where it's taken. As far as the story goes, for me personally, Kingdom Hearts 3 did a lot of damage, I feel, for me personally, in regards to the story. Because I feel like, then again, I haven't played Remind yet, and I feel like Remind really does a better job of like closing the book on everything on the, let's say, the original 3 games, right? Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, and 3, and all their characters' different stories. I still have to play that. just basing it alone on Kingdom Hearts 3, vanilla, basic Kingdom Hearts 3, it did really let me down in the sense that it didn't provide that closure, right? It didn't bring that ending to Kingdom Hearts, right? To all the characters, different stories, everything going on. It didn't do a good job of, closing their story, but instead it felt like it was very much focusing more on what was coming next, right? Setting this up exactly, right? In particular. And that's where Kingdom Hearts 3 let me down. I feel like if I play the DLC, my opinion may be different. We'll have to wait and see until that happens. But yeah, that did turn me off on the story. So as far as the story goes, my hope for this in regards to the story is I hope they kind of just reset. I hope it just kind of works as a reboot to everything. Just kind of like start fresh, start new, It's Sora and I don't know. I don't know if that connection with like Kairi, Riku, if it's still there, if it still should be explored. I don't know exactly. Because you got these hooded people. Also, you got at least one of them there is what's his name, Zigbar. And what's going on with him and the Master of Masters and the Lost Master and I don't know what, man. But it's just a lot. It's gotten so convoluted. So I hope with this game it can kind of just like refocus everything, recenter everything over what Kingdom Hearts will actually, what is going to matter for Kingdom Hearts from this point moving forward, right? Because I want to think that they won't be bringing everything along with them from the past, right? I feel like, the first 3 games are kind of going to represent a certain era of Kingdom Hearts as far as like the more heavily, the stronger influence of Disney being present in those games. And the characters that are in those games, I feel like, the first 3 games are going to kind of be like its own thing, like its own, like the trilogy. That trilogy is kind of be like its own like saga, right? And what's happening from here on forward is going to be something completely different. Granted, there are going to be, I feel like there could be elements, certain elements that can be, dragged from the first to the second to what we're going into next, but not everything, right? So I would really hope with this game, as far as the story, just kind of, refocusing everything, just putting it like, just giving us more, giving us the player, right? Just telling us like this is what, the story is going to focus on from here on out, right? I feel like that would do well as far as just like getting people back on board with the story, at least for me personally, right? I feel like I would be well served to do something like that. I think there's not much more to say. Yeah, I wish I could have had like a really like hype, like oh reaction, but it would have been disingenuous. Like, to tell the truth, I'm already kind of checked out. I think I had more of a strong reaction for the mobile game for Missing Link than for this, right? But but also the reaction for Missing Link was not entirely positive. It was more kind of like having flashbacks, right? Dreading like my life being like consumed by another Kingdom Hearts gacha game after the experience that I had with Union Cross. Yeah. So yeah, I wish, but it would have been disingenuous, right? I mean, Kingdom Hearts 3 kind of left me a little checked out. And this, it's venturing into new territory. So it's tough to say. The game looks great. It's interesting, as far as its art style and everything, but I do kind of miss the more cartooniness of it, right? It's definitely, I mean, you could tell it's definitely, with the removal of like the Disney stuff and everything, it's, it's going to be less cartoony, leaning more towards realism. and it's new. It's new. That's the thing. It's I would be, more hype, but I think I was a little bit more hype with Donald and Goofy showing up here at the end. It's new. It's something new, so it's tough to say, to get hype for until it's out, until we experience it. And that's another question. How long will it take for Kingdom Hearts 4 before it comes out? Are we going to see as long as of a wait that we did between seeing the first Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer and the actual release date? Because holy moly, jeez, that was a long time. So something tells me no. Something tells me that with the removal of like the Disney stuff, it's going to be something that's going to be more viable, right? More easily produced, right? I think that's the whole idea behind kind of removing, separating from the Disney stuff. So something tells me it won't be that long, right? I want to say we're in 2022. I say 2024/2025. Yeah. Between either one of those years, this game's got to drop. Kingdom Hearts 4 will be coming out. That's my guess. Let me know your guess in the comments. But yeah, that's it for me. Yeah, and let me know what you think as well about the trailer, about what the future of Kingdom Hearts will be. If you're looking forward to it, if you're kind of like me, just like waiting to see what happens, or if you think, or if you're turned off by it, if you're just like, yeah, no, this isn't Kingdom Hearts for me anymore. I think we'll leave it here. So that's it. That's that. I've been your single player hero. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all on the next one.